This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
From an early kickoff in the Sunday League to the final whistle at Wembley. From local heroes to international icons, groundsmen to gaffers, grassroots to golden boots. When it comes to football, it's everyone's game. Wherever you're listening across the UK, get your mates together with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
At BetMGM, we know how to put on a show. So we don't just do offers, we do golden offers like this.
MGM Millions, our supersized jackpot where right now you could win over £21 million.
Get ready for the golden era in online casino. BetMGM, it's showtime.
Minimum 10p game stake. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Right, let's get this show on the road. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Bradford vs Doncaster preview. And we are live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and other social sites. So before we do get into the running order, I've got a little bit of an announcement to make. So I signed a contract with, I think it's National Radio UK. It has like dance songs and stuff like that, 80s, 90s. You can get it on Apple and Android. You'll find the podcast on there. So when you get a minute, get yourself onto National Radio, the app. You can download it, and you could listen to the podcast there. That's the announcement. Right, so on today's podcast, we'll be talking about the post-match game against the player. Who did we play? My mind's gone blank.
Cheltenham, mate.
Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Post-match Cheltenham. I'm getting old. My brain's not as good as it used
Hey, don't you swear at me.
Cheltenham, pre-match Doncaster, latest Bradford City news, the weather forecast. If you want to chat about, shout about, vent about anything, and also, last but not least, what's on your plate. And just like a Bradford City injury bench, we've got Tony and Lee join us today, so hopefully Tony and Lee can both hear me.
Hopefully. Yeah, all right, Tony.
What's the bad,
welcome back, mate. Yeah, not bad. Keep on trucking, as they say.
I've had one or two health issues, so that's why I've been on for a...
Story of my life, mate, that.
Right, Tony.
Back to normal
Let's
now.
get straight into it, bud. What was your thoughts on the Cheltenham game?
I thought we played really well.
We're BetMGM Sports and Casino. We know things aren't always golden. That's why we offer you the tools to keep your place safe. Set timeouts to always ensure you take a break when you feel like you need it. Set reality checks so you know exactly how long you've been playing. And set deposit limits to help control what you spend. Stay golden with BetMGM. Play responsibly.
18 plus.
From an early kickoff in the Sunday League to the final whistle at Wembley. From local heroes to international icons, groundsmen to gaffers, grassroots to golden boots. When it comes to football, it's everyone's game. Wherever you're listening across the UK, get your mates together with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
We got the early goal. They come at us a bit. Just thought we were a bit slack with their corner. Good set piece. Whether Walker were unsighted, he did well to get his hands, but I think the pace took it out. I thought second half we were all over and we just lacked that killer punch, really. But I were impressed with performance. And if we could take that into tomorrow's game, then I'm expecting big things. But I thoroughly enjoyed the performance. I thought it were a good, solid performance. Because I were expecting Cheltenham to be up there this season, with them coming down from League One. They want a bad sight, to be fair, but we nullified him in second half. Just a pity we just couldn't get that winner.
And Lee, what about yourself?
My only bugbear was their goal, because nobody went to him. He were completely on his own. Hitting up, should have really been saved. Somebody should have got him way of that. There were no blocker, no nothing. It was just like, how the hell did he score from, 30 yards out?
It was a screamer.
It wasn't a screamer, really, was it? I could have saved that.
We just switched off, Lee.
I think we did. Nobody went to him. Nobody, and that was my only thing. Lack of concentration. It was a dead ball situation. It's a no-brainer, really, for somebody my age. Should have been covered.
Do you think Walker should have saved it?
Yeah, I do, actually. If I'm honest.
Or do you think he would unsighted?
Yeah, I think it was a clear shot in. It didn't get a deflection off anybody. It went straight at him. It bobbled into his hands, and he just mishandled it. I think he was surprised that he'd hit it from that range. Because really, yourself, nobody should score from 30, 35 yards out. Unless it's an absolute thunderbolt, an extra set or something. You get them, but that shouldn't have been. But it was. And it was typical Bradford, wasn't it? We go to a team that's in free fall, basically. They've done all right, but really, I said it week before, we should be beating teams like that, not drawing with them.
So my thoughts, Lee, exactly the same as you. We shouldn't be beating teams like that. Our goal, I can't believe it, Smallwood actually did a decent cross, and Byrne with a fantastic bullet header, what I caught on Twitter. So if you got 2 minutes, it's also on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. Get yourself up, or YouTube, should we say Twitter, yeah. Goal there. We had chances to win that game, but we just didn't finish very well. And I think, I'll touch on it a little bit, but I think there's going to be changes tomorrow, and I hope there's changes. So Tony and Lee, have you got anything else you want to say about the Cheltenham game?
Yeah, just like you said, on attack we would have been. Until Poynton he had sort of like hit Barney, couple of good saves from their keeper. It could have been 2-1. It was a great game to watch. If I were a neutral, I'd have enjoyed watching that. But I'm not. I'm a City fan, and I think we should have beat them.
So
we were far superior to them.
So moving on, lads. This is where I'm going to take a big breather after I've done this. So Bradford versus Doncaster tomorrow, 3:00, and it's live at the University of Bradford Stadium, Saturday the 26th of October, and it is not live on UK TV. The referee is, I'm apologising if I'm actually butchering his name, but it says it's like Ruber Ricardo, and I've got a little bit of stats on him, and surprise, surprise, this referee looks like he's just qualified, because he's in the EFL Trophy. He's had 4 appearances, 8 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In League One, he's had 3 appearances, 20 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, 1 penalty. In League Two, he's had 3 appearances, 16 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. National League, he's had 3 appearances, 18 yellow cards, 1 second yellow, no reds, no penalties. In Premier League 2, he's had 3 appearances, 13 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. Altogether, he's had 16 appearances, 75 yellow cards, 2 second yellows, 1 red, and 2 penalties. And a bit of stats. So Andy Cook's top goal scorer was 7. He's had no assists, and he's played 30 matches. Doncaster's is Monex, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's had 5 goals, 3 assists, and he's played 12 matches. A little bit of an insight. Bradford have scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches. Bradford haven't lost to Doncaster Rovers in their last 5 meetings, where they've won 3, drawn 2. Andy Cook is the competition's top goal scorer with 7. Doncaster have scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. Luke Monex has created the big chances for Doncaster Rovers, 6. And surprise, surprise.
You've gone off, Johnny.
Jordan Gibson. He has the most shots on target per match for Doncaster Rovers at 1.1. So then, going over to the Simon Parker article, the possible lineup for Bradford is Walker, Diabates, Byrne, Shepherd, Halliday, Smallwood, Wright, Walker, Poynton, Cav, Andy Cook, with Oliver Smith, Ben Richardson, Evan, Huntington and Doyle on the bench. Bradford City is 5th in the league. The last 4 matches we've drawn against Cheltenham, we've won against Gillingham, we've won against Tranmere and we've won against Newport. Team news, City are hoping that Tariq Wright, Clark O'Dwyer and Jay Ben could be back in contention.
Johnny, where you gone?
I think it's Twitter, mate. I think Twitter's playing up. So Doncaster Rovers is Lowe, Sterry, oh my God, La, McGrath, Maxwell, Bailey, Kelly, Maddox, Hurst, Gibson, Sharp, with Nixon, Clifton, Brobent, Close, Sabra, Ironside and Lawler. Pronouncing that correctly. They're currently 4th. Last 4 matches, Bromley they've lost. Swindon they've won. Crawley they've drawn.
The Gremlins have started.
The referee is 26-year-old Robert from Lancashire. Officiated the National League playoff final last season and has 2 most recent games has been in League One. The match odds are City 29-20, Doncaster 9-5 and the draw is 12-5. Last time these sides met, Tyler Smith scored City's late, equalising the 1-1 draw in March. So, lads, back to Tony. What's your thoughts on that and other team news and other bits and bobs?
Can you hear him, Tony? No?
Can you hear me, Lee?
I can hear you loud and proud.
Tony, leave and come back. Lee, tell him to come back and join again.
Tony, if you can hear me, if you leave and then come back in, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Is there anybody out there?
He's gone.
I think he's
right.
Gone.
So, Lee, he's back again. 2 seconds late.
No, it is.
I don't think it's me. I think it's Twitter today. Typically.
It's Tinterwebs having a...
Yeah. I might have to download this from YouTube again at some point. Tony, can you hear us? I've invited him. Tony, can you hear us?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Can you hear me?
It's blooming Twitter, innit?
Good.
Twitter's been a pain in the arse again. Blooming whatever his name is. Who owns X? What's his name?
Musk.
Oh. Yeah, Elon Musk, if you're listening, you need to sort Twitter out. It's shit. Tony, so what's your thoughts then on the Doncaster game?
Another tough game tomorrow. They're no mugs. But I'm confident that we'll get one over on them. And I hope that we can, if he does start, which I don't think he will, he could come on. Keep an eye on Billy Sharp. Because I've got a feeling he could bang one in tomorrow. You know what he's like. But
he's an handful.
Yeah.
And what about you, Senley?
Biggest game of the season, isn't it, really? They're expecting upwards of 20,000 there. It's just a big game. I just hope the officials are up to it. Don't know if they are. But it's going to take a strong ref and someone that's not going to be intimidated. We know what Doncaster are like. We know what they bring to the table. Yeah, they've got Billy Sharp, but we've got Andy Cook.
Correct.
If Ben plays, I think that'll be good. I think Ben has got it over Halliday at the moment. It depends how he's got over this bug, doesn't it? Has he had this bug?
Yeah.
A bit of a niggle or something? I don't know.
He's a quality fullback.
Oh, he is. He's absolute quality. It reminds me, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it reminds me of Derby, Stephen Derby. It's just quality. He's got that class. He's only young. He's got a lot to learn, but he's already got that class. You can see you're confident in him, aren't you?
Yeah, very.
He's not fazed by anything.
So would you two go with the same team tomorrow, or would you jazz it up a little bit?
I think I'd go with same team, but with addition, if he's fit, Ben. I think I don't think Kavanagh should be starting, if I'm honest. I think I'd start with Smith, possibly. Tyler Smith to get in behind. Poynton. Do you know, we got Sarcevic, didn't we? We've got Pattison. They're both injured. We've only got Walker now. What happens if something happens to him?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're not threadbare, but we've got players coming back, and I get all that, but it's a freakish amount of injuries we've had this season and last.
Do you think it's down to fitness levels, Lee?
I don't know if it's that or if it's just the way the training is different to what they're used to. So the muscles, as a coach, your muscles have to adapt to a new system. So I don't know.
So Tony, have you got any?
I'd be tempted to, like Lee says there, Smith. I'd be tempted to put Sanderson up front.
Yeah, that's another option. I'd forgotten about him, to be perfectly honest.
Your only other option.
Does he complement Cook though? Smith will run off Cook, won't he? So
yeah.
Whereas Sanderson will probably try and take up similar positions because he's a similar kind of player.
That's it.
So I don't know. I think I'd start with Smith and then bring Sanderson on, or vice versa. Either way works, doesn't it, I suppose?
Mm.
It's going to be a tough game, as you said. It's going to be tough. It's a derby match as well, so there's a bit of extra spice with recent history.
I mean, you know yourself, Lee, from last couple of seasons when Donny's been up here, the time-wasting tactics has been...
it's out and out cheating, isn't it? What they were doing is just out and out cheating, and they'll do that. We know they will.
Then I'd have personally thought, like what Johnny was saying about this referee, sounds to me as though he likes a card, and he could spoil it if he's going to dish yellows where he's been dishing them.
Well, the thing is, if Doncaster are true to form and they're the ones committing the infringements, shall I say, they might go down to 10 minutes.
Well, yeah.
Because we know they'll push every inch to get what they will.
So, Tony, what's your score prediction and goal scorer tomorrow?
I'm going 2-0, and I'm going with Cook, both of them.
And Lee?
I'm going to agree. I'm going to say 2-0. I'm going to say 2-0. I don't fancy Sharp to score tomorrow against the way our defence has been playing. We've got Byrne in middle there. Is a rock, isn't he?
Yeah.
And others, I don't know who's fit to play at the back. So it's going to be interesting to see what team he puts out.
From an early kick-off in the Sunday League to the final whistle at Wembley. From local heroes to international icons, groundsmen to gaffers, grassroots to golden boots. When it comes to football, it's everyone's game. Wherever you're listening across the UK, get your mates together with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
So I think we're going to win 2-1, I think. It's going to be a really tight game. So we've had Jack on YouTube who thinks it's going to be 3-1 Bradford.
I would love that.
And I've got loads of Doncaster fans currently on my TikTok, so bear with me. Where are we? I've seen a few. saw them earlier. So we've had Peach, who thinks it's going to be 3-1 Donny. We've had User, who thinks it's going to be 1-1. We've had a Notts County fan, Charlie, think it's going to be 4-2 Doncaster. And then we've had BFC Tour 2024, I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Right.
I think these Doncaster fans must have been on crack pipe.
Must have been. So we've got Lewis, who thinks it's going to be 2-0. So TikTok, keep them coming in. We've had Darren on Facebook, who thinks it's going to be 3-1 Bradford. And keep your score predictions coming in, and we'll get to them in a minute. Right, just to fill a bit more time. The weather forecast for tomorrow is going to be the sun will rise at 7:57 and will set at 5:44. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be cracking flags, about 14 degrees. So you might need to just take your little jumpers with you just to cover yourself. But like a Bradford City defence, sometimes the weather does do mistakes. It lies to me occasionally. So don't take what I've just said as gospel. That's the disclaimer. Right. So
could I just say something, just as just a small thing, to all those people out there listening? You know, if you want to come into and join in with this conversation, feel free. We're a welcoming bunch, and we'd be more than pleased to see you. So, and get differences of opinion, and it's just nicer with more people coming. So get in, Doncaster fans, Bradford fans. We don't care.
Any team you support, come over now. TikTok, I know there's a few people listening.
Jump in.
Come over. We've got time for you. Might not have time because my dinner's just arrived. But moving on. Tony, do you want to shout about, vent about anything?
I just think tomorrow's referee, it sounds as though he's a bit inexperienced. It should be a game of this magnitude, so early on in the season, needs a strong referee, and I just don't think is going to be a strong referee. You need a strong referee for this game. You need somebody who knows what it's all about, especially when you're going to be playing in front between 18 and 20,000 tomorrow. Or is he going to be a bloke that's going to turn up and think, I'm the biggest man in this ground, and I know there's go to the leads, well, I think it does lead, doesn't it? Yeah. To think I'm the top dog in this ground, and I think
without me you don't have a game.
Yeah, well, correct. But I think it's about time. Whoever appoints these referees needs to think, oh, hang on a minute, that's the biggest game, is that? And there's plenty of Premier League referees out there that could be doing it, because they're not all refereeing tomorrow. But I just think the choice of, it's like, well, what it other week against Newport, that Singh.
Oh, God.
I remember him a few years ago, and there were big headlines about him because his father used to be a referee. And he refereed I think it was early doors, and he was absolutely shocking. I just thought that some of these referees that come to Bradford can ruin a game in a breath.
I think I'm right in saying, though, the guy that we had at Cheltenham, I heard someone saying that was his first league game.
Yes, it was.
And I've got to say, I thought he had a good game. He was really strong on everything. He didn't let anything go. I thought he was a good ref, to be perfectly honest, and I don't like refs normally.
Apart from the penalty that we should have had.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the offence he didn't blow for the offence outside the area. He waited till it got
didn't get any help from liners either, did he?
No.
And players didn't do themselves any, they were usually shouting and bawling and surrounding him, but they just didn't seem that bothered.
And when do the lines never help?
No, my only bugbear is, as Tony, referees and standard is just still pants. It's too inconsistent. They should be looking at it and saying, hang on a minute, we need to sort this out. Because it will affect what comes at the end of the season. Because we'll lose points, gain points, and it's not a fair playing field, is it? Sometimes with these referees and officials, so called. No, they need to sort it out. If they need to go for retraining, send them for retraining, get them sorted.
Well, that'd be them all, wouldn't it?
Well, it would for most of them, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That new lad from last week on his own.
So my vent is with Tony and about the referees. So I went all the way to Cheltenham for the game. The 4.5 hour trip there and back. But whatever it is, 9 hour trip there altogether. And the referee, I thought he did okay. I agree with Lee. He played on quite a bit, what I liked, but then he got a little bit card happy. But then with the Bradford City player, what the video I've got up on, it's on TikTok and YouTube and X, Twitter. I've slowed it down on Twitter, on TikTok, and they're pushing each other outside the box, and then it's continued inside the box.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can't remember where someone posted it, but if that happened, it should have been a penalty.
Anywhere else, it would have penalty all day long,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Stone cold penalty. He's took him out, penalty, but then obviously the referee's giving it outside the box. But like you're saying, Lee, it's his first game. He might be nervous, but as a referee, you can't be that. You have to control the game. I don't think
he were nervous. I just don't think he thought it would inside box. He's give it outside, don't they?
Yeah, but
I think the first instance of it was outside the box, wasn't it? But he let it play on, and then he's brought it back.
I think it was one of them, some you get and some you don't, and we didn't on that occasion. Swings and roundabouts, I guess.
So, Tony.
Yes.
What's on your plate, lad? What are you having for your tea? Or
I've had my tea. I've had 3 scallops and a fish.
Oh.
Any sauce, Tony? You sauced it up?
Tomato.
HP?
No, Heinz.
Heinz.
Tomato.
And what about yourself, Lee?
When I get mine, it is a butter chicken masala.
Oh, you having a curry?
Oh, yes. Got to have
Never
that to be done.
That's what mine's been delivered.
Butter chicken masala is gorgeous, mate, honestly.
Right, lads.
Get it tomorrow night, so I might try one.
Butter chicken masala is lovely. It's not too hot, it's creamy, it's nice, it's a step up from a korma, but it's nice, I like it. I like the taste.
So I don't want to be that guy, but my tea's getting cold. So, I want to mute everybody.
Yep.
So I want to say thank you everybody for coming along today. Thanks for Tony, Lee and everyone else on TikTok who has been here. Hope Bradford City win tomorrow. But also if you're joining or if you joined too late, the podcast is now on Nation Radio UK, where you can listen to the podcast on there, and it's also got like dance 90s, 80s and stuff like that, so you can download it on there. Just search for Bradford City Chickens on the Loose, and also, if you can't be asked doing that, get yourself over to Spotify and Apple Music, where you'll find us there, Chicken on the Loose, and so same with YouTube. Hope Bradford City do get 3 points tomorrow. Hope Bradford City do dominate the game, and hopefully we will have a very good game. Thanks again for Lee and Tony coming along. We've got a small Facebook page, Chickens on the Loose. Get yourselves over there on Facebook, where we do Super 6 every season, and also we do like in-game thoughts on the game. And that's it. I'm off for a curry. Thank you for coming along. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Come on, City. Let's get 3 points. Night-night.
Bigre will look to pick it up and he'll go on here. Lift 2 up here, Bradford. It's Bigre.
boxing, tennis, golf, NFL, NBA. You name it, we got it. Offers? You know it. Bet 10 pounds and get 40 pounds in free bets. BetMGM, it's showtime.
New customers only. Exclusions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
And there it is, that's as good as it gets on this stage. Nissan Townstar EV strikes again. It's an unstoppable van, unstoppable.
Just fantastic. You can actually see the ProPilot technology in action. Effortless parallel parking.
It moves with all the confidence that comes with a 5-year warranty.
And with a bench full of all-star van experts, there's real strength in depth here.
That's all-star quality.
Search Nissan Townstar EV and visit your local all-star van centre to see for yourself.
Terms and conditions apply. 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first.
ProPilot is an advanced driver assist technology. Driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and control vehicle at all times.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.